Hello viewers, welcome to Express Politics on TVRC. My name is Edokun Adidoyin Samuel. With me in the studio today is Mr. Akintunde Sanmi Vincent. He's a lead analyst on TVRC. You're welcome, sir.
Thank you.
And the topic for us today is Plight and Peril, a proposed ban on Okada and mining activities in Nigeria. So you're welcome once again, sir.
Thank you.
Please, can you tell us the state of national security in Nigeria, sir?
Well, it's so nice to be here today.
You're welcome.
Just a few days ago, we heard about how the presidential guard was attacked, and again, a few days again, right before the attack on the presidential guard, we also heard about how the Kuje Correctional Center was also attacked by terrorists. And this actually happened right in the middle of in the capital of the country, Abuja. So what I'm saying in essence is we're actually in a perilous time where terrorists seems to be gaining ground. They are infiltrating and they are gaining entrance into the capital city of the country, Abuja. And don't forget, if you have to consider the states that surround Abuja, they've actually been infested with terrorists. Kaduna, Abuja Kaduna Expressway. It's no longer news that it has become the bandits' headquarters, that road. And look at part of Kogi, and again a little bit part of Plateau, and some also parts in Nasarawa. That all these areas have been infested with the terrorists. So as we speak now, as it stands now, it seems these people, these criminal elements are gaining ground, and they are really penetrating into the hearts of the capital city of Nigeria, which is Abuja.
All right, thank you very much. A few days ago, these terrorists threatened to bans on president and El-Rufai of Kaduna. Then with these attacks on the presidential guard, do you see the security of Nigeria being able to cope, or do you see them being able to overthrow these people in the nearest future?
Well, with the way things are at the moment, one could only wonder what is in the what is in the heart and the mind of those who are at the helms of affairs at the moment. Because these people are not alien; they are human beings. They also carry mobile phones, and they are not masked. They operate with their face open. So what could only has a question of what is actually happening in this country. One could only has a question, because with the way things are going now, if they could attack the capital city, if they could attack one of the most popular prisons in Nigeria, Kuje Correctional Center, if they could attack that place, and good number of them are still very much at large. They've not been arrested. They are still very much wherever they may be, and nothing has happened to them. So nobody should be able to predict what will happen maybe in the nearest future. But if we're able to get our heart correctly, it is still very much it is not too late to do something to sanitize the system, because at the point in time we heard about how it happened in the northeast, how Boko Haram, the commencement of Boko Haram in Borno and the likes, and now how they had their way into the northwest, and now the capital city Abuja. So who knows where their next attack is going to, where they are going to launch their next attacks. If it's not going to, maybe the house of the presidential villa. They threatened the same thing. They said they would. They threatened to infiltrate and to penetrate the Aso villa. So this should be taken seriously. If that of Kuje could be done, and nothing has been done, then who is saving this country?
Okay. Let me ask you this question, because I really love the way you are putting it, sir. Okay, Do you think that Nigerian citizens are doing the best? Do you think they are helping the situations of the country? For instance, for these people to kidnap up to 20, 100, 200 people at a time, there will be a place, there will be a route. Are you saying that people do not see them the way they are conveying these people inside the bush to give an alert?
Well, in my opinion, I think people are even becoming scared. They are becoming scared because they don't know where to pitch their tent, whether to be on the side of the government or to be on the side of the terrorists. Because sometimes some informations are gathered, and they oftentimes give the intelligence to the military operatives. And sometimes nothing is done, and these terrorists will bounce back to those people to wipe them off. So where do you stand in that regard? So what I'm saying in essence is people are becoming scared, and this is a serious issue. I mean, it's not something that one should be happy. Let me bust your bubble. Sorry for using that word. I mean that term. Recently, I mean not even that Kuje correctional facility attack. There was people. The military were given an intel before the attack.
Yes.
Intelligence were provided, but what happened to those intels? In the long run, just like boom, and it happens like that. So it's people are no longer they are no longer safe to come up and to tell them that okay, see, we know where these people are, we know they are hidden whatsoever, and the police come. Sometimes even when they provide the information, what happened to the information? It's going to be used against them. So that's the situation.
All right, thank you very much. So let's go on. Let's go to this ban and Okada and mining activities in Nigeria. Do you think that this is the only price that the federal government can be paid to cure or to curb the insecurity level in Nigeria?
Well, before an action is taken, it is imperative for the government to take their survey. How many people are getting their livelihood from Okada? How many terrorists are using Okada to perpetrate their evil? Survey should be done. If it's going to be the case of 90% against 10%, then Okada should not be banned. If 90% are the one, if 90% are using Okada to take care of their family, and 10% are using Okada to carry out evil acts, then I think it requires wisdom. Why not do something like this? That okay, those 10%, how do you take them? How do you get hold of them? As against the 90% who are using it to do something good. So the point is, banning Okada, I mean, for me, requires an in-depth critical evaluation. It's not something you just want to do without taking a proper cognizance, without taking a proper action. So it requires wisdom.
Okay. Let's take a look at this also, because you've nearly answered the question I want to ask you next. But do you think that federal government can easily provide job? Because looking at the statistics, over 40 million Nigerians are riding this Okada. That is their livelihood, and that is what they depend on. And if this proposal of banning Okada, for instance, let's take that one as the key points. Let's assume that it is eventually actualized. Do you think that Nigeria government can provide a job for over 40 million youths within a year? Let's say within the maximum of a year.
We are even talking about the Okada people. Okada, those who are the motorcyclists.
Yes.
What about those who are not motorcyclists and they are jobless? We have so many people that are not doing anything in this country. We have so many graduates who are not riding Okada, who are not riding motorcycle, and they are not the job is not forthcoming, and they are unable to gather anything, either little capital to start or to commence anything. Who are still hoping that they will secure a job tomorrow or anytime they receive the visitation for unemployment. What I'm saying in essence is job provision should be at the forefront of any reasonable government. And how you are going to provide the job, it has to do with your level of creativity. It's on this program I once said that if you look at our unused land mass, they are in their volume. Things could be created for reasonable number of youth to man those areas, and they are doing something productive and they are getting money from it. That's job. So look at the renewable energy. So much we could do from renewable energy. What about creating an artistic village where you have a village where people could now when you look at our entertainment industry, it's very, Nollywood is more or less like the leading, one of the leading entertainment industry. Apart outside, when you take out after Hollywood, we have the Nollywood. Why not create something in that area? Look at our youth who are doing. It has to do with creativity, and before you know it, so many youths are doing something and they are getting engaged. Don't forget the Haidu hand is the devil's workshop. Yes. So what I'm saying in essence is creating job. It requires a political will, because the government must be willing to do it. If they are not willing to do it, then there's little or nothing we can do. So, and don't forget, if this is done, before you know it, people will definitely want to get involved. At the point in time, we're told that it's only few people from part of the country that go into education. But take a look at it today. You have Fulanis who are educated. We have Hausas who are educated. We have good number of Igbos who are educated. We have good number of Yorubas who are educated. Because people could see that it's a light, it's an illumination that should be key into, and people are taking the advantage. If you are also creating job you are also creating an inclusion and inclusive environment, enabling environment for people to thrive. Before you know it, that will become a magnetic force that will be magneting those criminal elements. You say, okay, at the same time they take down their arms, they dump down their shield, and then they want to embrace the light that you are providing. But if you are not creating light, then darkness will definitely take over. And before we know it, the country will be in a mess.
All right, thank you very much. Let me go. Okay, let me ask you this question, sir, because during the tenure of Obasanjo, we all know that Nigeria has the best foot army, best foot soldier in the world. And okay, but the question I want to ask is that since this foot army they are unable to curb this insecurity, don't you think it's the high time that we introduce technology into our security system?
Well, I think I was actually expecting that question. There's a paradigm shift. A few years ago, not a few years ago, very long time ago, you notice how there's this car called Mercedes.
Yes, Mercedes.
I don't know if you've heard of there's Mercedes something like that. One of the good Mercedes. It used to be the pride of the rich at the point in time. Volkswagen at the point in time used to be the pride of some rich people. But as it stands now, nobody wants to ride on those cars anymore.
Nobody rides.
Peugeot at the point in time there is this popular saying then that it runs like Peugeot. Anybody that that a very fast sprinter, they say this guy runs like a Peugeot. So what I'm saying in essence is there's always a paradigm shift. In short, in the US, people are no longer talking about in as much emphasis being placed on their soldiers, the army. There are other areas where attention is actually being placed, where attention is being given to. Like the drone station. People are not using drones to drop bombs on terrorists. You don't need to be inside the plane. You don't even need to be inside the machine. All you need to do is to add a station, and you control the drone from that station. And the drone will control, we man the area. You will see from the camera, you are able to, camera is being placed on those drones, and it's going to capture whatever that is being carried. And that's why it's very funny. In the capital of the country, Abuja, that should be the most secured state in the whole of this country. Abuja should be the most secure state. In short, not even a bird should fly in Abuja that won't be captured. So technology is very essential. We cannot do away with technology. And I wish there's a political will, and we have a serious government in this country that are ready to take all that is happening to us now seriously. We cannot Like I said, I was about telling the history of the paradigm shift.
Yes.
Despite the fact that the US soldiers are very strong, but look at how they've moved in an exponential rate to the level they have today as regards technology. Ballistic missiles, missiles of various types, jets of various. They have jets that will be in the atmosphere that you will not even hear the sound.
Yes.
They've invested heavily. It's all about negotiating power. What is it? See, America, according to Henry Kissinger, he said America does not have a permanent friend, no permanent enemy. All they have is permanent interest. It's all about interest. What do we place on the table? We need to place something on the table for them, and then we go into a very in-depth negotiation, and they're able to provide us with so many technology. And before we know it, look at what ordinary Benin Republic they are doing. Look at ordinary Mali. Mali, they are in charge of their territory. But look at 200 million plus Nigerians. We are able to protect ourselves to the extent that criminal elements are gaining entrance into Abuja, threatening the president. This the height of it all.
Okay, Mr. Akitele, apart from this drone war thing, don't you think that we should also actualize and put this CCTV camera into place? You know, some of these things that happen in abroad, outside country, after something has been done, you check the CCTV camera and okay, this is what happened. Don't you think that it's high time that we introduce that technology?
Either drone and CCTV camera, they all work in the same capacity, except that drone is something it's more higher.
Yes.
Because CCTV you cannot drone is just a kind of a carrier.
Yes.
It moves to help you. It enhances the movement. It requires the movement.
Yes. And
it could serve in different capacity. We have some drones these days that you are going to. We have some helicopter driveless. There won't be any human inside the helicopter. It's going to carry some drones and then carry some some drones and some cameras. So CCTV is also a camera. So the whole essence is to serve a purpose. CCTV is for us to know, is to man and to secure the environment, to know who is who. When people are they are in the vicinity, CCTV helps us to capture those people that are very much there. And the drone helps to it helps to ease the work of the military.
Yes.
With the help of the drone, you can sit here and you launch the drone, and the drone will go very far away to do the job for you. Either by dropping,
even without risking your life.
Either by helping you to locate and to man those environments while you are very much far away. So why not? Technology is very essential. That's what we call the paradigm shift. We are in the season of technology. With technology, then you know that the country is going places. But without technology, you still believe that you still want to carry the AK-47. Even most of these terrorists, they are equipping themselves even beyond the military. Look at the kind of apart from the AK-47 that they are carrying, look at the ammunition within their disposals. Look at the dynamite. Look at the bombs within their disposals. It's not news. Look at what happened in the war during the war massacre. Look at how they use dynamite on those. Look at how they use the correctional center, the same dynamite, and how that sophisticated this thing. So what are we saying? They're in the era of technology. And funny enough, it's not as if the money is not being. It's not as if the government are not releasing this money. But the point is, the management of this money. Where is this money going to? Don't forget, recently we heard about how a former chief of army staff, how his home was raided, and they found a huge amount of money in his house. A former chief of army staff. And why do you think the soldiers will be willing to risk their life when the money that is supposed to be used to buy ammunition is being siphoned by some head within the military operatives? Some leaders within the military operatives are siphoning those money. Why do you think they will be impressed to want to risk their life? And virtually every time you keep seeing these guys, these soldiers, you keep seeing them a good number of them are being killed in the battlefield, and you think others want to risk their life.
All right, thank you, Mr. Akinzode. It's my pleasure having you in the studio with me today.
Mm-hmm.
And here's where we draw the curtain today. Please join us same time, same station. I still remain Oyedo Adedoyin Samuel. Stay tuned. Bye.